Hello and welcome to the Generation Gap podcast. I'm Lunchbox.
And I'm Gleek.
And,
we got some stuff to talk about this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think I'm just gonna jump, right into it.
You're gonna open up that crazy book encyclopedia?
Yeah, the fucking, the diary of a madman here, I guess. But,
That's what I used to call my journal.
The diary of a madman?
The crazy book encyclopedia.
But, I had to go to the doctor to get my head examined for, I guess I would much rather call it anxiety shit.
Yeah.
And,
tell them the truth, you went to Jesus camp. You had to pray the gay away.
I had to pray the gay away because all of the dick jokes were just just like a cover for the underlying rampant homosexuality.
Which we'll get into all that. And some other topics here in a bit.
Episode 100, rampant homosexuality.
No. We're going to touch on this and some things later in the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some shit I saw, and yeah, we'll get into it.
But I had to go to the doctor, and because it was to the point to where I was off, and a lot of people were.
You're not like eating crayons and rolling your shit in little balls.
No,
not to that level.
No. It was more like nothing fucking interested me, and I was just a pile of putty that didn't want to fucking move.
Yeah, you just had the mental fuck it.
Yeah. So I talked to my mom, and I got her to take me to the doctor and shit. And this is where the story gets increasingly frustrated. I'm just gonna go over the whole day.
Okay.
I had to be at work early in the morning, and I usually try to sleep. And before this shit, I was not a very good sleeper, especially if I had a time limit.
Yeah, welcome to my fucking world. Yeah, fucking sleep schedule. Ain't no such a thing.
No, there's not. But I got about 3 hours of sleep, worked a 5-hour shift, and then got off at 1 o'clock, and then went to the clinic, and had to go through a little bit of a rigmarole for them taking insurance and shit.
Yeah.
Which that's always fun. But it wasn't like the frustrating part of it. Like it was just pretty much going back to an office. They scan like insurance cards and shit and do whatever. Like it was a little bit of why can't you just type my information in the computer and been done with it? Yeah.
Then there's also like for me, if I went to a clinic or some bullshit like that, no fucking insurance, no nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you walk in and say, no, I don't have insurance, and you can almost see them shut down like a robot, like we don't fucking care. Get the fuck out of here. Go die. Go die somewhere. Get on with you. Yeah, exactly.
I go in there, and I get back to the front office, and I thought I was just going to sit in the waiting room and wait, because like I had never had a waiting time at this place ever.
Peruse through their fucking never-ending copies of Field and Stream.
Fuck, dude. Like Hunter's Digest and shit, or whatever the fuck it is. It has like the different animal on the front, and I'm like, this is what you can kill and eat this month. And I'm like, well,
it's like mandatory.
Yeah.
Doctors' offices, they got hunting magazines, maybe a National Geographic if you're fucking lucky. That's usually about 10 years out of date.
I don't ever read the mag. Thank God for like fucking smartphones now, or else like we wouldn't have shit to look at there.
Have you ever thought about something? So, side note, I can't help but think this. Do you ever thought about how disgusting a magazine is in a doctor's waiting room? Especially when it's 10 years out of date.
Now that you say it, they probably have like rare strains of fucking staph infection on
every
them.
Page. Think about it. You got 10 years, a 10-year-old magazine. This motherfucker been laying there. Every sick son of a bitch in the world has coughed, sneezed, scratched his ass, and flipped a page,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. But, God damn it. Now I'll never touch them tables again.
I know it. I wish I'd thought of that shit years ago.
Oh, fuck. I went in there, and they said, well, she has to take my paperwork back to the doctor and see if she'll even want to see me.
Huh.
And I was like, okay. And she was like,
what do you gotta like? That's like dating.
Yeah.
That's too much pressure.
Yeah. But then I was a little bit confused by that, but I kind of just shrugged it off at the time because I need fucking help.
Yeah.
But then she said that they would call me, and then they would set up an appointment. I am like there that day. Like my schedule doesn't allow me to like have any sort of flex whatsoever. Yeah. No flex. No fucking chill.
I wouldn't be at the doctor's if it wasn't something I needed dealt with now.
Like I don't ever go to the doctor unless, I absolutely have to.
Yeah, exactly.
And because like I'm just like I have a little bit of fucking sniffly nose, I'll take such and such, or I'll just wait it out.
Yeah.
Like the most fucking shit that I'll take most of the time is like BC powder and stuff to like cure fucking headache.
Outside of that, I don't want fucking pills and nostrums and none of that bullshit.
Like fucking stop putting that shit in my ear. I don't want that like little light shining around. What the fuck ever.
Yeah, but you're actually looking at my brain, aren't you?
Yeah,
you're not looking at my eardrum. You're looking at my fucking brain.
You're seeing the folds of my cerebral cortex. You little fuckface.
Digging through that filing cabinet.
Yeah, but. I'm so fucking frustrated at this, right? Like, I'm trying to, like, set up a day that would be, like, good for me to come and see it.
Well, I got a day that'd be good for you. That fucking day, right? Fucking
that's what I was thinking, but,
why do they even have a waiting room?
Yeah, if you don't fucking wait. Yeah. But I was so fucking angry about it, and, like everything that was already, like, piled on top of me, as well as, like, the shit that I'd already been through that day.
Yeah.
Like, I just was walking out the car with my mom, and I was like, fuck, all the way back to my fucking car.
Yeah.
And we drive around to the Walmart, which is about, like, it's like a 5-minute drive.
Yeah.
Like, through traffic and shit. And so, like, I'm sitting out in the car, she's, like, dicking around in Walmart, getting something real quick. And I get a phone call from the clinic being like, we just had a cancellation. If you're here within the next 20 minutes, we can go ahead and take you in and fill out some paperwork. So I call my mom.
Yeah.
Who's still inside the store, and she was like, all right, well, I'm going to be a little bit. Give me a few minutes.
Get your shit and let's go.
but then she calls me back. She was like, you can just go ahead and go. It's going to take me longer than what I realized. And I was like, all right. So I go, I haul ass over to the doctor's office, get there. I take about like 10 minutes filling out the paperwork. So I got a good like 5 minutes to just, chill and wait in the waiting room.
Yeah.
They finally call me up to the doors and shit, and I go and I wait in the back. I am there for over 30 fucking minutes waiting in the back to, like, see this woman. Like the nurse and shit was nice as hell. And she was, like, asking me some, like, questions and shit, and she was like, well, do you smoke any, do you smoke any? Like, and I was like, nah, I quit smoking. And she was like, oh, well, that's good. And I'm like, well, pot every now and then. She was like, yeah, everybody takes a little touch of that. And I just thought that was funny as hell. Like, we had a good laugh about it. She went along her business.
Yeah.
And
she's probably hoping this. I bet people do shit like that. She's hoping some guy said, really? Why, you want some?
Just to kind of like fish for like getting a bag.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that's a great idea.
It'd be a great way to look for people with fucking drug problems.
Yeah, that and like fucking connections, man.
How hard? I bet the easiest place to hook up with dope would probably be outside of like a fucking drug clinic.
I bet it would, dude. I bet it fucking would.
Mm-hmm. You show up with a little touch of smack and get anything you want from these fucking junkies.
It's like Jesse in Breaking Bad was selling meth to people at his like fucking rehab therapy shit.
Exactly.
But I sat there for 30 fucking minutes, and finally this doctor with like a cart with a laptop on it that was like as tall, like up to her chest. She comes in with like some like student, and she looks at me and she was like, is it all right if he's there? And I was like, no.
Now, yeah, go ahead and finish what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
But there's something what you just said there about the student thing. I wonder about that because years ago I used to have like major motherfucking anxiety problems, and I remember I had anxiety problems, and I also had like I got a fucking heart problem. I mean, I'll admit it. And I remember the doctors were always wanting to they didn't give a fuck. Doctors didn't give a fuck. They really they didn't. Well,
we're about to get deep into not giving a fuck.
And I remember this one doctor accusing me of like, he all but was saying, look, dude, you don't really have a fucking heart problem. It's in your fucking head. In which I know for a fact I do, because later I went to other fucking doctors and they were like, that dude's a fucking quack.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember he brought in a student to observe. And I remember just then thinking, that was really fucking bizarre. Is this some kind of like a weird fucking thing that they do with, if a person says they have anxiety or they suspect or anything, is this some way for a doctor to cover his ass or...
I'm not necessarily sure.
Or do they think they got like Jeffrey Dahmer in the goddamn waiting room and he's going to like fucking go nuts and eat their fucking brain or something? You know?
I have no idea. I think the dude was just like a student intern bullshit because like it happened at
Yeah, but for it to happen to you, same as it did me.
Well, I'd also witnessed it in different places too with a doctor of gastronomy that I used to go and like sell shit to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it made me wonder. It made me fucking wonder because for years I've doubted that fucking student.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He seemed a little old to be a fucking student.
This kid looked younger than I was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This kid, yeah.
Well, this doctor, though, he was a dick, dude. He seen like a bullshit tattoo on my arm and went off with saying that I had probably, what was it? Yeah. He was going off on that I'd probably caught hepatitis in jail. Because he seen this fucking tattoo and he automatically assumed that I'd been in fucking prison. And he was like, well, you might have hepatitis.
I was like, no, I was just a dumbass kid fucking around with a tattoo gun I made.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told him. I said, that's from being a drunk 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And he's probably thinking, yeah, juvie. You know?
Yeah. But anyway, dude, she comes in. The student fucks off. Mm-hmm. Like I am not dealing with your fucking young ass. I was like, the shit that I have to say would make you doubt like your reasoning because like I'm like the give a fuck ism like my
I'm about to open one of the seals of Cthulhu here. You don't want to be here for this.
Yeah. And so she comes in, she's like so you're written down here or I see here that you're having a little bit of a problem with anxiety, and she's like, are you feeling a little depressed too? And I'm like, honestly, doc, I am.
Uh-huh.
And the first question out of her mouth, before she asked me, what's going on in my head, anything like that, anything happened recently, what is my relationship with God?
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of doctor?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
I'd have told him, well, I found God to be insufficient. Now, next question.
Well, my whole, like, I looked at her and, like, I was utterly, like, fucking shocked by this. And, like, instantly close up.
Uh-huh.
Arms crossed across my chest. I'm leaned back in this fucking chair. And I've got, like, tongue under bottom lip. I am like, instantly, like all of the frustration.
Yeah.
Had just like doing and just squeezed on me really good and fucking hard.
Yeah, everything just knotted up right in your gut, and you're like, am I here talking to a doctor or is this some bullshit Christian scientist that's fucking snuck in through the back?
Yeah. like I instantly tell her, I'm like, I'm not religious at all. I don't know what religion has to do with this. And like she was like talking about like, she was like, well, maybe you have a lack of purpose and all this other stuff. And I'm like, everyone has a lack of purpose. Like I was like, I don't give a fuck if you're 5 or 50. I was like, you probably haven't even found your purpose.
Yeah.
Like telling this to a fucking doctor, like an MD, right?
Yeah. We are nothing but little pieces of fucking ambulatory meat on a ball of shit on the fucking end of a galactic arm of a minuscule galaxy. In an ocean of fucking galaxies, we are nothing. We have no purpose.
There's
I was nothingness.
I was like, you had to go out and you find your own purpose. Yeah. Like it's so minuscule and it doesn't matter, but it's yours. Like you should be fucking proud of it.
You should have presented her with the theory of plastic crap.
I should have, but she like goes on and is talking to me about shit that I've already figured out, like. Mm-hmm. Or like shit that I've already gotten advice for fucking free, mind you.
Yeah.
And about like not knowing who I am or what I want to be, like wanting to talk down to me like I'm a fucking know-it-all. And like yeah, like that is the last thing I fucking claim. I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'm stupid, I don't know a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like
but I'm smart enough to realize that I don't know a lot of things.
And she's like berating me with like, not berating, that's probably the wrong word.
You suck. You deserve to have fucking esteem issues. Get the fuck out of my office.
Yeah.
You disgust me. You need Jesus.
Dude. But she goes on and is like comparing like talking to me about her 24-year-old doctor and her 24-year-old daughter,
Yeah.
But she I think she just bold-faced lied to me and said like well I've been practicing medicine for probably just as long as you've been alive and shit and all this other stuff. And
I thought 24-year-old doctor. You remember the doctor on Idiocracy?
Yeah,
you
it's
talk like a fag and your shit's all fucked up.
It's like, you're probably retarded. My girlfriend's, or I had a girlfriend that's retarded, and she's a stewardess. But,
a pilot.
Pilot, yes.
Yeah, she's a pilot.
Oh, God. But dude, like, and goes on, like, I talked to her about, like, what I, like, am interested in doing, and, like, what I might, like, want to do with my life and shit. And she, like, it's more of, like, computers and technology and stuff. And she goes on and talks to me about her brother who lives in Jackson. Wanted to tell me, like, her brother who lives in Jackson that is a fucking, like, engineer or some shit. And I'm like, I really don't give a shit about your brother. Like, I look at her and I tell her, I was like, I don't give a shit about your brother. And then, and then she like starts asking me questions, and like I get like the first like kind of half answer out. Like I'm in the middle of a fucking sentence and she keeps interrupting me.
Wow. And
then, like, I tell her, I'm like, can you please fucking stop interrupting me? Because, like, I'm already, like, fucking frustrated. I'm starting to talk with my hands. And, like, I'm like, the fucking Italian comes out. I'm like, hey, doing the fucking, like, like, bobby boopy, shit like that. Like, that's a little spicy to meatball, That kind of shit.
You were the stupid beach.
But I was thinking of like I should have like gone outside, grabbed that intern, like push her out of the fucking door and be like, all right, you fucking talk to me, faggot. That's what I should have done. But she finally shuts the hell up, and the entire time, like, all I'm hearing is fucking her just typing away, clacking on this keyboard.
What?
Yeah, like the entire fucking time, it's just.
The fuck is she doing?
Like, I guess taking notes or whatever. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. Because that's like even frustrating me even more.
Yeah.
And so it gets to a point.
And then the paranoia kicked in.
Well, not even that. It gets to a point where I'm so fucking mad. I start answering every single of her question like just a fucking ass.
Yeah.
Like just fucking spite everything.
I've seen you when you get a little case of the fucking ass to you.
Yeah. like she starts going off it's like, well, I'm a doctor. I see both life and death. I see miracles every day. And I'm like, you're a doctor, right? I'm like, so you know scientific truth. And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, you also know, like you also realize that there's historical truth, right? Mm-hmm. And like, you also realize that there's personal truth. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what is true to you personally isn't true to me. Yeah. I was like, I believe that I'm too old for imaginary friends, but if Jesus is your thing, you do you.
Good for you, Lunchbox. Good for you.
I was like then the
goddamn Christers, man,
dude,
holy shit.
You're acting frustrated. I can sense that you're being frustrated and guarded. And I'm like, really? You asked me about Jesus before you asked me what the fuck is wrong with me?
Wow.
And then she goes on about like, well, we are gonna prescribe you a couple of things. And
it better not be a goddamn Bible, I tell you that.
And I tell her, I was like, I still gotta fucking work. I still have to function during my day. I don't want to be a fucking drone. I was like, I don't want to be a fucking mindless zombie.
Yeah,
right?
Don't put a hook in me.
Yeah. I don't want any sort of addiction, none of that shit. And she's like, no, none of this shit's habit for me. And then she went out of her way and said, she was like, I also want you to find something fun that you enjoy doing that you don't normally do.
Well, fuck, you'd only been given that advice before you went.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it, I was like, I kind of shook my head a little bit, and I was trying to think. I was like,
it's your theory of plastic crap.
Yeah, it's the theory.
Something you figured out when you were 13 years old.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, it's not even like that big of a deal. But I was thinking, I was like, she is right. Like, I haven't gone out and just done anything just fun for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I might like pull like Sick Nasty aside and be like, hey dude, we need a Saturday off. We'll go up and watch the fucking wrestling show in Union City. We'll do fucking something.
Well, that's why I've been telling you I wanted to go do some shit like get out and let's go shoot some fucking guns.
And do some fun shit. But here,
teach you to ride a fucking motorbike.
But you've seen the change from me being like 19, 20, 21 and 22 to just falling on my fucking face.
Yeah.
But the entire like conversation just like wound me up so fucking tight.
Yeah, you felt like you had done something wrong.
Well, it wasn't even that I felt like I did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the doctor made me feel more fucking angry and frustrated than what I went into.
Yeah.
And like, if she starts like on this fucking bullshit again when I go see her next month, I'm gonna be like, nah, I don't want to see you anymore. It's like give me a different doctor. It's like either you stop talking about the Jesus shit or we part ways. And like I will find someone else that I can throw my money at.
Like you said, have all the imaginary friends you want.
Yeah.
But I don't want no fucking part of it.
Like that's not my thing. Like I tried religion. Religion didn't do anything for me. Like for most people it made them feel guilty or it made them feel afraid. Like I was afraid of hell for the longest time until like
it made me feel embarrassed for people. I felt embarrassment, like you said. Why do these people fucking believe in a sky daddy?
Well,
This is ridiculous. Talking snakes, hands writing on a wall, a God that would kill little children over laughing at a bald man's head.
Exactly.
What the fuck, dude?
Like I tell people all the time, like one of the main reasons why I became like non-religious, I don't like to call myself an atheist because that word has so many other connotations that people like fucking stapled to
it.
Yeah,
it's got a big ass fedora sitting on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's so, like, I read the Bible cover to cover.
Yeah, I did too.
And that's what made me stop believing, was reading the Bible cover to cover.
Exactly.
Like, you read this shit and you're like, well, what is the literal word of God? Like, the old King James Version and shit. And I read that and I was like, nope.
Yeah.
But
I had little sticking points. Like I said, killing children over laughing at a bald man's head.
Yeah.
You know, where a bear went on a mass murder spree of like 20 kids. And then the other one, telling that before you let your children ever get captured, you should bash their heads against the stones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, wait a
minute. Japanese threw themselves off cliffs because they didn't want to be captured for fucking honor rights and dishonorability. Why should I bash children's heads in?
Exactly. And I'm like, maybe those jackasses at Masada should have fought it the fuck out instead of jumping off that cliff.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, like this, and then it gets even fucking worse. I had to go to fucking Walmart, okay, to pick up my prescriptions.
Yes.
I go, I talk to the lady. She said,
I hate fucking Walmart.
I do too. And it was like at fucking peak hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like after 3:00. People are just getting out of school or like
off work.
Or people are getting off work. People are catching rides and shit. And this is on a Monday.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. So like everyone's like getting their prescriptions and shit. And I think it was like close to the first. Was it the first?
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it was the first of the month too.
Yeah, so now you've got all the junkies showing up.
So yeah, I am triple fucked. I already don't like crowds. Like being in crowds of people like bothers me.
Yeah.
Like if I have to stay there and I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
So I go and I talk to the lady and she says it'll be about 30 minutes. Me and my mom, we were walking around Walmart and like what feels like forever.
I can only go look at the guns for so long, lady. Come on,
dude. I can only like browse the electronic sections and make fun of their ridiculous prices on electronics for so fucking long.
Yeah,
but it feels like Kronos himself is purposely peddling the cycle of time slower. And I'm sitting there and I'm like damn near like trying to like resist the urge.
The last 30 minutes of school. Do you remember that?
Well, no, this felt fucking worse, dude, because like it felt like I had already been through school.
Yeah.
On no sleep, and all I want to do is take a nap when I get home. Yeah. But yet, like I'm having my ass ridden to like finish a paper. Like my parents never rode my ass to like get anything done.
Yeah.
For me,
I've done slept half the day, but still wanting to go home, take a nap, and fuck, I got detention. I got another hour and a half of this shit.
But dude, the fucking it dragged and dragged and dragged, and finally I went up there and got in line about 25 minutes in.
Yeah.
And because I knew it might have taken me a little bit to get to the line.
Yeah.
And I get up there finally, and I pay real quick, and she was like, "Oh yeah, your prescription's been done now for the past 5 minutes."
Fucking hell!
I was like, 30 minutes, 30 minutes.
You said 30, goddammit.
Not 20. 20 fucking minutes.
I hate operating on other people's fucking time and schedule. I hate it. That dude, it's been a thing for me for years. I fucking get so worked up. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. There's been times I've been aggravated, I remember, I had to go to fucking work, and I look down, and I gotta be there in 2 hours, and it's just knowing that I'm operating on some other asshole's fucking schedule.
Yeah.
And the anxiety would hit, the fucking anger. Back in school, I would start getting fucking angsty on Saturday night. Because I'm thinking, fuck, after I get over this fucking hangover tomorrow, I'm fucking stuck,
Dude,
Damn
I had, I used to, absolutely just dread every second before I went to work. And now since they put me on this medication, it's I don't give a fuck. It's like I know I had to go and spend a couple hours doing whatever the fuck it is, and then it's kind of it makes it more tolerable, I guess.
Yeah. Well, like I said, as long as they don't put a hook in you, if it actually helps you in some way, fucking more power to you. I'm happy for you.
Just sleep and being able to actually feel like I want to go out and do things.
Well,
and
lucky for you, dude. This is lucky for you. Maybe it's a time we're in, but whatever. You're fucking folks, whatever. All right. When I was your age, I had problems, like I said, anxiety problems. I was a fucking hot mess, and I just covered it up with fucking alcohol and drugs and sex and all kinds of shit.
Which I fucking tried to do too, but it didn't work out too well.
No.
Mrs. Foley's baby boy didn't succeed at that.
Well, with me, I wish somebody had gave a shit when I was younger. I mean, really.
To be like, hey, dude, you might want to go and talk to somebody.
Yeah. But I was scared to death even then because I don't believe in sanity by stud.
Yeah.
Sanity by stud always comes out looking like the father. And I was also scared, too, of then, and this would be a thing I'd be worried about now. In this day and age, you would have jackasses say, oh, you have an anxiety problem? Well, maybe little things like, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't drive. Maybe you shouldn't have your fucking guns. Maybe you shouldn't have the right to fucking say what you want because you might scare someone. And basically, you shit away your fucking rights just because you have a legitimate fucking issue.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking wrong that I know in my case, it kept me away from fucking help and shit that I got through it by buckling down myself and pulling myself through fucking problems.
Yeah.
But shit would have been so much fucking easier if people had just said, hey man, we can help you.
Yeah. And I really do think that is the major problem with, mental health these days.
Yeah.
Is there's still such a stigma and still
there was a huge stigma when I was a kid. Boy.
There's still a little bit of a stigma, even though it's becoming more accepted.
Yeah.
But there's even now there's people that abuse the system.
Oh, fucking A, dude.
And I believe that's kind of changed the stigma to oh, you're on antidepressants or you're this, that, and the other. You must be a lazy junkie fuck.
Yeah, we live in a time though where that shit's over fucking done.
Yeah.
Sorry, there ain't that many people that are fucking ADHD.
I don't believe that there.
Kids.
Yeah, I don't believe there are that many people that are actually depressed or actually have anxiety. Like feeling anxiety, feeling anxious is a very fucking natural thing. It's a survival thing.
It is.
But if you get down to the very base point, if you feel like that all of the fucking time, then you have a problem. If you feel like that over stupid shit.
One of the books that helped me years ago deal with a lot of issues that I have. and it's stupid because a lot of people tell you, oh, that's pop bullshit from way back, but the motherfucker was right, and a lot of his shit's come true.
Yeah.
Go read Future Shock by, what was it, Alvin Toffler, where it talks about how that people are going to have severe fucking anxiety problems, mental health problems with the changing fucking world that we were entering. And this shit was written in like 72.
Well, we have a lot more of like pressure put onto it.
Yeah.
To the point to where like...
He talked as the future went on, though, it's going to get worse and worse. It's going to build.
Well, now people abuse shit like Adderall. And I watched a video... I forgot who the fucking channel was. I'd really like to like talk about them too. Because it's a really like smart channel. But he was talking about how does Adderall make superhumans? And it talked about how it eliminates like these traits that people naturally have to like not have an attention span or to not be able to do a repetitive task or be able to do a boring task a long time. But they're more energetic and they're able to do like other shit. You know, those people that can sit there and read for 8 hours.
Well, yeah, I could do that. I can do that now if a book really interests me.
And see, I can't.
Oh, I can.
Yeah. But I'm not ADHD. Like that's just not my thing. Like
movies. Movies are the biggie for me. I can read a book way the hell easier for me to read a book than it is for me to watch a fucking movie from beginning to end without getting antsy and wanting to do other shit.
Yeah. But this was like talking about how it's almost like there's a philosopher, was a political scientist or somebody, how it's eliminating these traits, like these like Adderall and like the fucking anxiety medications, and making almost like a designer personality or a designer employee.
Yeah.
And if you sit back and like actually think about that, and
it's
I'm like,
a fucking chemical Frankenstein.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of these people are. They don't actually need it. Is they're just chemical fucking Frankensteins.
I think a lot of people, and this is a theory I've been reading about, and I see what people are getting at, and I think a lot of it is people having trouble dealing with solipsism. That you could be the center of the universe. That whole perception is reality thing. The idea of other people, like smart folks looking around at other ones and saying, my God, they're a bunch of NPCs. I can almost predict what they're going to fucking say to me. And yeah, that's actually a thing. Dude. Look it up. That people actually discussing that concept. That maybe, that some people are so brainless they might as well be a fucking scripted NPC because all the propaganda, the way they were raised. There's
a webcomic that a buddy of mine showed me where a son comes up to his father and is like, Dad, how do you talk to girls? And he was like, it's simple, son. And he's like, you walk up to it and you press A, and like he's got a Nintendo controller in his hand.
Press X to show respect.
Shit. Yeah, but that's what it made me think of. Was there are like certain conversations where I know what this person's gonna say to me. I know like the kind of connotations like this is gonna bring, and I know like what reactions it has. And
well, there's certain clues that give you certain. I ain't saying stereotypes, but there's certain clues that you get off certain things. If you see a person with their hair spray painted blue, they're probably a Bernie Sanders supporter.
Yeah,
I'm willing to put money. The chances are he's not going to turn around and be wearing a Trump shirt. Yeah. It's just not going to fucking happen.
Unless his name is Sick Nasty. And then,
well,
yeah, that's completely fucking different. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
he's that 1 in 1,000 million fucking whatever exception. What the fuck?
Apparently I got a message of some kind, I think, that I will continue to ignore. Fuck.
I don't know what the hell it was. Like, I thought Tinkerbell was telling me turn the fucking page.
But dude, yeah, but I don't think it's like necessarily like just a smart thing. I think it's like being able to read people.
Yeah.
And that is something that has been like, well,
yeah,
is intelligence sometimes related to being able to read people, like being able to know what to say. Like, reading a crowd, like, for a lot of things is, like, super important.
Yeah.
And I do it, like, all the time at work. Like somehow I just know, like, what people want to talk about.
I got the same thing. Working behind the counter, you just knew. It's looking at certain folks, like I said, certain just camo. If he's got camo and, like, a DeKalb hat, it's best good idea to talk farming and the weather.
It's like, hey, dude, how's the fucking fishing out this year? And, oh, goddamn, man, it's so good.
Exactly. Hey, why don't you try this here Red Man long cut?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's got a 50-cent off sticker on it.
Yeah.
But,
got coupons?
Got coupons? Someone was making fun of me the other day for saying coupons. For saying coupons.
Really?
Coupon. I'm like, how the fuck else do you say it?
Did they really say coupons?
No. They said coupons. Coupons. And I was like, coupons. Faggot.
I'd have been the one who said coupons.
Yeah. I was like that whole, like, the gay dude taking the cock out of his mouth and looking at you and saying, people from Phoenix are called Phoenicians. Like, fuck you, faggot. You suck that dick.
Well, it's like the argument I had one time with a Yankee. And it was over the word pecans. All right.
Pecans?
Yeah, pecans and all
No,
that.
pecans is something you piss in when you're going on the road and you can't stop.
Yeah. So I got to fucking with him and just made it just as hick as I could. Pecans.
Pecans?
Pecans.
Fucking pecans, dude.
He couldn't understand the concept that people could turn accents on or off. I swear to God. That concept just couldn't register.
I explain it to people all the time because, like, I talk to folks and they're like, you don't speak like you're Southern, and I'm like, well, I don't have a super Southern accent because, like, my mom doesn't really have an accent, and then, like, my dad fucking was born in Rhode Island and then raised in Florida. I mean, the fuck ever. I'm not gonna talk like God damn it, boy, and just like go out there and like spit me a fucking.
Well, I realize I have an accent. I know I do.
Yeah,
but I don't really give a fuck.
Like the people that I talk to that listen to it dig it. So
yeah, well. Poor listeners.
Oh, dude.
That's their problem.
Before we move on to the next subject, there's like common phrasing that I use, and because I'm a big dude with a beard and glasses, like and like darker features, I get like people tell me I look like people all the time. Yeah. I think it's just like being fat with a beard and glasses. Like, that's it.
Well, you kind of make me think of this guy I used to know called Tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one I told you about. I watched get knifed in the gut that time and beat the shit out of dude.
Fuck, dude. But
yeah,
like people all the time tell me I look like so and so.
Yeah,
all the fucking time. And like my common phrase for that is like, man, I feel sorry for that guy. And then kind of just like the little bit of a.
Well, I got told the concept that there was only 100 faces. I mean, in the whole world, there's 100 faces, and everyone just has a variation of one of those faces. And I think it's real because I've been in other states, other places, and for a second I'm like, is that no?
It's like on the create a wrestler thing for wrestling video games, and you get like 10 different like faces to choose from at the beginning to fuck with.
Yeah, you start off with facial shape, square, oval. Yeah, more round. But I believe it now that I've been in other places, and I'd had plenty of folks. I'd see them at a distance, and like, there's no fucking way that that's who I think it is. Dude. You know, I am 3,000 fucking miles away from home.
Like, I used to tell, there's a couple of girls that I knew back in high school that had, like, the exact same faces of, like, porn stars. And then, what's funny is now that I've graduated, like, I went to school with someone that's now a porn star.
Yeah. I remember you talking about that. Wow.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
So essentially you got your shit square and
I feel like I got
going good.
Yeah, I feel like I got my head on straighter. Like I actually feel well rested.
Mm-hmm. That's probably a lot of it right there.
Yeah, probably fucking
lack
is.
of sleep makes you fucking out there, dude.
But like I'm just like I'm back to my normal fucking chill ass panda self, like thinking about food 90% of the day. Like should I get tacos later, man? Like,
well, you know the thing I kind of miss though about my fucking times being anxious and kind of neurotic about shit? My writing. I was such a better fucking writer.
When you were just wound up?
Yes.
Dude, I can't
wound the fuck up, especially like when I'd been up for like a day and a half, 2 days. And just getting ready. I'm at the point where I'm almost ready to fucking collapse. Some of the best writing I ever did in my fucking life.
It was like in half like dream.
Almost.
Fuck,
and that
dude.
last hour that I'm fucking conscious, just a flow of consciousness onto a piece of paper. Yeah. I've never been able to write like that unless I was just completely strung the fuck out.
I know when I've been up for like a day or two, I'm just like,
fuck words. Fuck concepts.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting into the other shit, man. There's some things I've been wanting to fucking bring up. All right. First of all, I had a chance. I got to watch this new Batman cartoon they come out with. Mm-hmm. You know, The Killing Joke. I don't give a fuck about spoilers. If people don't want to hear spoilers, tough shit. Okay. I liked several pieces of this film. There's parts of it I like. I love the fact that they brought back Mark Hamill. Holy shit, he made the old cartoons really great. He's just got the best Joker voice ever. But that cartoon sucked dick, dude. The art is fucking horrendous. I mean, it's not even... Do you remember how the old Warner Brothers Batman used to... that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, the art's in that style, kinda, but it's nowhere near as fucking good. And they switch over when the action scenes happen. It's computer-generated horseshit. And to me, it sticks the fuck out like a sore thumb.
There is a cartoon... God, what the fuck was it? It was Invader Zim.
Okay.
That was able to blend actual, like, hand-drawn cartoons with 3D action scenes really well. Yeah. And you can't even tell it in that show. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily the art style or just, like, the team that was working on it.
Oh, it can be done. I mean, look at shit like Cool World.
Yeah.
Cool World was a nice blend of shit. And it had some parts, I remember it stuck out, but overall it's a great cartoon,
Yeah.
Live-action cartoon mix. But this was... I don't know, man. It's just... Especially when the two styles of art would be on the screen at the same fucking time. I'm
looking at the art for it right now. It's... Yeah.
Yeah, did they got any of, like, where you see the car chase scenes and shit like that?
Let me try to find something here. Because I'm just, like, looking at the image of the Joker, like, being compared in between, like, the Killing Joke, the comic... Mm-hmm. The original...
the comic is fucking 100 times better than this shit.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
And I'm not a big, like I said, was a big DC fan.
No, but for me, I tried to explain to most people, it's not about the comic or the character. It's more about the writer.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like can't get to that through their head. They're like, "Oh, well, are you a Deadpool fan?" And I'm like, I was like, yeah, but I'm more of a fan of the depressive Deadpool.
Yeah, I liked Punisher, but there was some issues of the Punisher that were just done shittily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really hard thing to get through to like the fucking casual, the quote unquote comic book fan when actually they just watch the movies.
Yeah. Well, like I said with this, I was really disappointed in this shit because it's only an hour-long fucking story. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what the fuck? This really should have been done. The Killing Joke should have been one of the Batman movies.
Yeah.
And I don't mean Batfleck. It just...
Batfleck.
Yeah. He sucks, dude. He grunts his way through fucking the whole performance. And I don't even want to watch this fucking Suicide Squad. I don't even give a fuck.
I've ever heard that it sucked ass.
Yeah. But, anywho... it takes them half the fucking story, 30 minutes, just to get into the fucking Joker. The rest of it's all fucking Batgirl. Okay? And she's got this big fucking hang up, with fucking Batman and just all pissy about it. And dude, I swear to fucking God, they fuck. Batman and Batgirl fuck. In this goddamn cartoon.
See, in the...
Dude, there's no fucking way Bruce Wayne would disrespect Commissioner Gordon by fucking his daughter. It's not going to fucking happen.
But see, the thing about if they want to use the Warner Brothers Batman mythos, then not Joker, but Robin and Batgirl were around the same age, and like they had a thing.
Yeah, that's kind of it shows her like she's young, like early 20s. And here's another one.
And Batman's supposed to be older by the time the Killing Joke happened.
Here's something that bugs fuck out of me. So, yeah, like her fucking co-workers, she works at a library and shit. Okay, I'm cool with that. She's a librarian. Why is the fucking guy working at the thing, why does he have to be an effeminate fag? It doesn't further the story. It doesn't have anything to do with the fucking story. I mean, for real, dude. And I'm like, it just seemed like it was thrown in there just because. Yeah, it was kind of in the way. I ain't saying that he was just, it was a character I didn't give a fuck about. Just get on with him. He's background filler. Why do you trying to make him into something more than he is? He's there so she will explain some shit, And then we get on, like I said, to the point of how, Batgirl suddenly gets these fucking don't tell me what to do issues, and I'm a grown-ass woman, and it's all because she's got some fucking villain who's, like, stringing her along just by paying attention to her. And then all of a sudden, there's a scene where she turns to Batman, starts trying to punch him and shit, and all he's doing is blocking her. And then she kicks him and knocks Batman fucking down. Which, bullshit,
Yeah, he was like the world's greatest martial artist.
Yeah,
fucking Raja Ghul trained him. I mean, fuck.
Yeah. Then she jumps on top of him. She has to pull off her fucking Batgirl top. I'm fucking serious as a heart attack.
This sounds like fucking fan fiction, though.
It did.
Like,
dude. I really expected all of a sudden to hear the music switch to like 70s porn and boom. Yeah. And oh my God, hear the dude from Orgasmo screaming, we need more ass licking! Give me more ass licking!
Fucking shit.
Yeah. And then it switches over how Batman doesn't call her back. And it's this whole fucking thing. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this story.
Bruce Wayne is a billionaire fucking, like...
How does he described? Every time he gets described, billionaire...
Womanizing...
Playboy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Hugh Hefner called bitches up
God.
First thing in the morning?
Like, he had, like, 3 platinum blonde, fake as fuck girlfriends for, like, years, and he was like, I better marry one of them.
Yeah.
But it was only, like, when he was, like, fucking 90, and his balls are probably so shriveled up, they look like the California raisins.
Yeah. But still, it was just... What the fuck, man? I don't know.
That is the most, like, what did she fucking expect? Billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne. I hope he calls me back the next day. Fuck no! Like, you're lucky if you like get the name off the dude that you have a one night stand with. You're lucky, like, if you dated dude for the first 3 months, that he shows you where he lives, you fucking crazy bitch. At least he let you in the Bat Cave.
And the whole time, he's trying to tell her, I don't want you involved with this case because you're getting emotionally overwrought. You know what I mean? And involved. And
the fucking, like, the Bat Cave is the most secret spot in Gotham.
Yeah.
He let your crazy ass in there. And
they never show her there. She never goes into the Bat Cave.
Oh,
this was on top of a building.
So...
Yeah. So Batman is fucking Batgirl, giving her some bat cock in public on top of this big fucking building in the middle of the night. And finally we get done with this. We get done with this whole fucking 30 minutes bullshit that I don't give a fuck about. Finally, the last 30 minutes, the whole, the Joker fucking is able to escape out of fucking Arkham, and get up to no good. And this one, it shows, just like in the comics, where Joker, he pretty much gut shoots her right through the gut and then paralyzes her because it severed her spine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then rapes her. Yeah, takes pictures of it to show Commissioner Gordon. That's wonderful. Fucking great.
That's spot on for the Joker.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I wanted. I was like, the whole first 30 minutes, I don't give a fuck. Get it the fuck out of this goddamn cartoon.
Like, and it's kind of, like, for people that don't know, like, as I said, the casual comic book fans, quote unquote, that don't know what the Killing Joke is, wouldn't it be kind of a spoiler thing if they focused on Batgirl for like the first 30 minutes of the thing?
Yeah, she introduces the goddamn thing. She introduces the fucking thing. She's the first voice, first person you see. And as soon as that started, I'm like, what in the fuck is this? And I understand, she's a major player in the fucking story. She's the one that gets fucking paralyzed and all that.
But it was never alluded to in the comics. Like, it was just bang over.
And just, I mean, I'm even happy with the parts, you know, I can understand fucking idea of Joker raping her ass, get some pictures of her naked and shit.
Yeah, it says to Commissioner Gordon because Joker is the worst villain. Like, in well, I don't know. He's pretty far up there, but
he's Batman's fucking. I think he's like the flip side of Batman.
What if
he's the fucking flip side of him?
What if there's a 3 Jokers theory?
I heard that.
Yeah. What if there is a Joker that is just Batman gone awry?
I've thought about this. So what if?
What if the Joker is actually Batman that didn't get his shit together and decided to fight evil? He just went fucking crazy. Or the whole film theory or game theory thing that diagnoses, you know, Batman as being the craziest, you know, character in, you know, Batman, like being crazier than all his villains. That superhero complex, constantly letting people out of Arkham.
Yeah.
What if Batman, to fulfill his superhero fucking complex, dresses up as the Joker, destroys things, and then acts like he's constantly going after this,
and later hallucinates the Joker when he encounters him and shit.
Well, that's a good point, but not even does that. Like, he knows that he's out there being the Joker and destroying shit.
Yeah,
but he's just kind of like making that his validation.
Gotcha.
Like what if like Batman runs out of villains? Like, what if like all of his villains like get so old and die?
Yeah.
Right. Say Batman is still like, say like that he's or finally they decide to put down them all.
Yeah.
Like, he's in his 40s. They're like, no, we can't continue having these fucking people here, you know, Batman, but we have to like kill these guys. We have to have the death penalty.
Yeah. Even Nightwing here is fucking, he's grown up and he said, we got to deal with this shit.
Yeah. And so like Batman, like Batman goes in, copyright Picklestick Productions, trademark idea, fucking lunchbox here.
Yeah.
But Batman goes in, like they're about to give Joker like the lethal dose or whatever.
Okay.
But he has a guy on the inside, ties the fucking thing too tight, right? So that the poison's not allowed to go through.
Gotcha.
Okay. Joker busts out, right, in the middle of his execution. Mm-hmm. Batman like fucking swoops in and grabs his ass, and they're like, "Oh, well, he's gonna take him back to Arkham so he can serve justice."
Yeah. For me though, I think it'd be better though with the Joker in the electric chair.
Oh yeah, to get shocked the shit out of.
Yeah.
But for the story to work, we need a live body leaving.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So Batman then unties the thing around his arm. Joker drops dead.
Uh-huh.
All right. So then Batman starts dressing up as the Joker, destroying shit around Gotham to keep his credibility or like
give his life meaning, or
to keep his purpose of like fucking up shit in Gotham.
Yeah.
Because like he realizes that he enjoys fighting crime more than running the business. Like, he just enjoys fighting crime itself.
Well, yeah, I always figured that the only reason Bruce Wayne did what he did was to fight crime.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason why he, you know, grew the fucking business, so he'd have all that money for all those, well, toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucked.
That would be the most fucked up Batman thing I think you could ever like read or watch. I think like I'm gonna try to like watch that because that seems like more real than, you know, most things that are put out.
Yeah. Well, that's something we'll talk about here in a bit too. A movie I saw, there's a scene in it that I would rather see this scene done as a whole film. Well, I'll explain that later.
All right.
But yeah, that happens sometimes where you see, it's like, fuck this idea. Take this little nugget here and we could turn this into something way the hell better.
Well, it's like I tried to explain to people, I like realism and simplicity over, you know, like over the top shit.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't need 100 million things flying at the screen.
It's like I tried to, it's like I explained to Sick Nasty. I was like, I would much rather like I love wrestling promos.
Yeah.
Man. I fucking love them. But if you can tell me a story in the ring without having to give me a promo, but yet I'm way more invested in that than I ever would be of you talking.
Yeah.
Then give me that.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if you can talk on a mic or not. If you can tell a really good story just with action,
yeah,
good on you. If you had to be the guy that goes out there and talks and you're really good at talking, good on you too. But if you can't like have like some semblance of skill, dude, the simplicity in things and like just the way that things flow and like the way that things work, like make it something that I can identify with. That's why I like more depressive Deadpool. Deadpool realizes his place in comics. It's an existential crisis.
Yeah.
Through a character most of the time that just yells random shit and blows things up. The reason why Deadpool takes care of shit the way that he does is because he doesn't fucking care and realizes that reality itself is whatever you make it.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing about it, because he goes in, like, he'll just, like fire, like, in the Deadpool video game, it was awesome. He just, like, fires his guns and behind his back. Like, even though you're pointing, he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't have to turn around if he's running forward and fucking shooting the guy. It's like with his fucking hands behind his back, just throwing grenades and shit, rocket launchers over his shoulder. Who the fuck cares? He doesn't. Why should you give a shit about playing this video game?
Yeah.
And it's like how the ending feels like a fucking cop-out, where you spend like 30 minutes mashing buttons, like killing all these clones, and then finally Mr. Sinister comes out and like you think it's going to be this big epic boss battle, and all of a sudden a fucking boot from a half-destroyed Sentinel comes down and crushes it. And Deadpool's like, well, job's done.
Yeah.
And like, he doesn't give a fuck. Why would he want to have to fight that dude anyway if he's already dead? And it kind of like spits in the player's face a little bit because you're expecting this big boss fight. But then you realize the humor of Deadpool itself, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
it's fitting. Like, of course you're not going to get to fight the bad boss guy.
Well, I would love to be... I wish they could actually go talk to fans and shit. I got a feeling that you should... I'm a big believer, talk to the fans about give them what the fuck they want. If you'd went and asked the real fans, go to Comic-Con and said, look, we'd like to create a panel here. Who the fuck is the biggest fucking Batman nerd, the biggest nerd ever? I assure you, you were going to find some fucking people,
But then again, you also run the gambit of the fucking snot nose, neckbeard living in his mom's basement.
Well, yeah, but all right, we can find somebody though and ask him, how the fuck should we do the Killing Joke? He's not going to tell you, well, we need to spend 30 minutes of the whole fucking hour.
He'll probably look at you and just be like, I don't know, why don't you ask Alan Moore? And then DC would be like, pulling their collars and shit, and be like,
Well, I mean, I'd be the one saying, yeah, why the fuck aren't we?
Well, like, where is Alan Moore at? And then they, like, pan out and, like, zoom in to, like, his cottage in England, like, that's just stacked up with fucking books and papers.
And money.
Books, well, I don't know, he kind of got dicked by DC quite a bit, but he's probably sitting there, like, stroking his beard, sitting in his chair, like, fucking watching television, his wife, like, off doing, like, whatever it is in the house. Like, sits there and looks at the comic book cover of, like, the Killing Joke up on his wall, and he's like,
I guarantee you, though, that a fucking fan is not going to say, well, we need to waste half the fucking hour focusing on stupid shit. And on top of it, let's have Batgirl and Batman fuck, Because Bruce would totally disrespect fucking Commissioner Gordon. Fuck Commissioner Gordon. You think Batman showing up for the rest of the time, he's going to be looking at Commissioner Gordon and thinking, I hit that shit.
Nah.
She was calling me daddy.
There is a rapper by the name of Little Dicky. Okay, he's a Jewish dude. Like bring back the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
But he has this song called Ex-Boyfriend. And he's talking about like how he's like with a super hot chick. And they're like walking to a bar and he hasn't like been laid by her yet. But she like wrote him a note saying tonight's the night. And he's like, it's like, fuck yeah. Do I live like under an airstrip or something today?
Fuck me, I don't know.
But he has this song where like he hasn't fucked his girlfriend yet. They meet one of her ex-boyfriends, and he's like describing like how fucking hot this dude compared to he is, and it's like his self-confidence is just like fucking tanking.
Yeah.
And they're like at a bar and shit and drinking and like laughing it up. He's like fucking miserable the entire time.
Not
like,
a chance in fuck.
Yeah, he was fucking miserable the entire time, and he was like, fuck this fucking asshole. And he goes and he takes a leak.
Yeah.
And he says the dude comes in like next to him, and like there's only 2 stalls and shit, and like he stood up on his tippy toes to get a glance at it to see what he was like, what he fucked his girlfriend with. And he goes on to describe like how he had to like, to be able to see like this dude's entire dick, he had to like turn his neck. Like he was just like describing this monster cock and thinking about how it was with his girlfriend. And then he goes out and he's like breaking it off with his girlfriend, right? And he was like, you know what, fuck this, you know, like he's like even describing it. It's like, it's this big, like in the video and shit, like, and
he's like a baby's arm holding an apple.
And he was talking about fuck.
That's fucked, dude.
But he was talking about how he didn't even want to be friends with her because he would think about that dude's dick every time he saw her. And he's like out of the bar and shit, and she comes up behind him, like grabs him. She was like, I don't even know about his dick. I dated him in the 2nd grade. And he was like, oh God, what a relief.
Fuck, now she's going to be interested, though. I had to open my goddamn mouth.
But that's what it makes me think of that little Dickie song.
Wow.
Oh God.
Oh my God, that's funny. All right, dude. Something else I want to get into. I had a chance to finally get around to watching this new Independence Day movie.
Oh, no.
Resurgence or whatever they called it.
The first one was bad. It didn't make any sense.
No, the first one... okay. I'm not going to say that the first one was, like, fucking fantastic.
It was like a cinema masterpiece.
Yeah.
Magnifique.
The first one is a perfect popcorn fucking movie. It was one of the first really big, like, summer over-the-top blockbusters. Okay? Give us lots of explosions and shooting and... yeah, great. You know what I mean? For what it was, it's a great movie in that I don't know, genre. This second one makes that first one a fucking tour de force of fucking victory, boy. I mean, it's bad. I can't even describe to you how fucking bad this movie is. But what's really aggravating about it is that they take really great fucking concepts, really great scenes, and throw it willy-nilly into a pot of shit.
They just like form like all the models and shit out of poop.
Yeah. The movie starts, it's 20 years later. A lot of the characters have come back. You know, they're playing who they were in the first movie. And they show that we've accepted like alien technology, which, yeah, you damn right. We're going through all the alien spaceships and crap. All right. And it shows one like a Marine One, you know, the presidential helicopter. And there's no blades on it. It's a Sikorsky helicopter, no fucking doubt. But it's got these alien repulsor things under it to help it fly. That shit's awesome. Seeing a blending of Earth technology with alien. And some of that shit's neat. But, like you said, poo nuggets, you know? Just... there's parts of it that just, there's no goddamn reason for this shit. I mean, they nod back to the first movie in a lot of ways. And which, yeah, the second movie should. Alright? But you don't have to try to beat the first movie just because new movie. Like, do you remember the scene whenever Will Smith and Goldblum, you know, I can't remember their fucking characters' names, but you remember they're in the alien ship. You know, and they've went into the mothership and all, and they're getting ready to plant the nuke and blow it up. And you remember the scene where they look up and they see the guys looking out of the control room back at them, the aliens? Alright. There's a scene kind of like that. These pilots are... alright, let me go back and explain some shit. The ship that they bring to Earth to fight us is 3,000 miles across. It is so fucking big that it crosses, when it lands on the Earth, it crosses the entire Atlantic fucking ocean. Okay?
This is a shit that can displace gravity.
Yeah, that's something they talk about. It has its own gravitational field, which...
It would have its own gravitational pull.
Yeah, and here's the thing. That was part of me. One, your ship ain't going to hold form. It's going to form a fucking sphere.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's a reason why the Death Star was shaped like it was. All right? But on top of this, you're not going to land on a fucking planet and not throw the motherfucker out of orbit. You would fuck up... Something this big coming into our system would fuck the whole system up. And they even hint at it because they show, like, the rings of Saturn being all fucked. You know, like where they blew up one of the bases. Like a early detection base we had, you know. But there's this scene where they attack this big fucking mothership, okay? And almost in Star Wars style, they've flown into it and they're going to deliver the fucking bombs and shit. I'm not fucking playing, dude. All right? It's the Rebel Alliance going down the trench into the core, going to try to hit the fucking reactor all over again. Well, they end up getting stopped. The whole attack force has been stopped. A lot of these pilots had to they crashed their shit. Now they're inside of an alien ship trying to do, escape and evasion. And there's some nice shit in there in that it shows them like, holy shit, this ship has its own ecosystem. And they land like in a swamp area, and it shows these things almost look like cattails that are like 30 foot tall. And the guy's running through them, you know? And they're being chased by these aliens, which for whatever reason now, their fucking super suit armor is now like 40 foot fucking tall. Yeah. Just over the top. And it's like everything had to be made bigger. Everything. Well, they come up and they see where a bunch of ships, like fighters and shit, are parked. And they're going to try to steal them, get the fuck out of the ship, right? So our hero runs up in front of the fucking thing. And it's the parallel for the first movie where they waved at the guy behind the glass, you know? And this one, it's the guy going up and getting their attention to distract them. Because he's giving them the middle finger and pissing at them. Whips his dick out, starts pissing, and flips him the finger. And I'm like, that's a bit fucking much, you know? Now, I understand the sentiment. I'm stuck on an alien motherfucking ship. Fuck them. You know? Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, you just put that in because you were reaching for what's the biggest fuck you.
What's the lowest common denominator fuck you?
Yeah. I mean, I actually expect him, when he first reached down for his zipper, I expect him to like shake his ass at him or something, you know? And with the movie, believe it or not, they dumbed it down even more than the original. This movie's dumbed the fuck down. I can't... Alright, some shit that bugs fuck out of me about it. Goldblum's character has no fucking character development whatsoever. You know what character he's playing?
Himself.
Jeff fucking Goldblum from like Jurassic Park and...
But he plays that same character in every movie.
Every motherfucking movie.
He's the same dude in every movie, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. And his fucking old man, was it Judge Hirsch? I think's the guy that played his father. Same motherfucking character. And for whatever reason, this movie, why, he's hooked up with a whole bunch of kids. You know, because you remember that one fucking scene where it showed him sit down and start fucking praying with all the kids when the mothership was approaching Area 51. You know the scene I'm talking about? You know, where the guy says, but I'm not Jewish. And he says, nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
They take that fucking little 2-second fucking clip of him gathering these kids up, trying to keep them calm, right? To now where he gets saved by a group of kids in a fucking station wagon who've lost their parents, to they're running out of gas and, well, we need to get some fuel. And the next fucking thing you know, he's on a goddamn school bus full of fucking kids from Camp Wakanda or whatever the fuck, and somehow has mysteriously driven from like fucking thousands of miles. And it, like, you know what I mean? It's just bullshit. Now, here's the big unforgivable... This is the biggie of a biggie of biggies when it comes to just how bad this movie is. Alright? We've got this big killer mothership, right? Well, the MacGuffin has appeared. And the MacGuffin in this is a big white sphere. That turns out from another alien race that has fought these things for however long, right? Well, the alien mother has sensed this alien sphere appeared, and she's coming after it. So she lifts off the top of her ship, because you would hide if you had the all-important queen, her ship would be right on the very top, exposed. You know what I mean? It's as stupid as the captain's, the bridge on the Enterprise being right up there in the top, all exposed and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why they just use the secondary bridge. Kind of
yeah, you bury that motherfucker in the center somewhere.
Like the engine rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
But yet again, look at ships nowadays, too.
Yeah, but
like we don't necessarily have to have I don't think aliens would... Well, I don't know if they continue on like using the same shit they had developed over time. But
still, it just made no sense that you're going to put the queen right up on top of the ship, and she's got like a ship of her own, all right? And it shows at even one point like lift off of the alien ship that's landed, separates, and
Why would the queen come to an attack mission?
Exactly. The queen would not land on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
All right? And there's other ships in the invasion.
But that's just as like that's just as shitty as like the Queen in the Alien movies. Like,
yeah. Well, it made sense like in the second one in a way that she only fought when it was just her.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was her drones, that were going out. Which in the first movie that made sense. She stayed on the big fucking thing in orbit, and all her drones went out to fight for her.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Queen launches this big ship, and, you can see a big gaping hole through the top of the ship down into the interior. Yeah, because that's exactly how you're going to build your ship, Not only is the Queen all exposed on top, but you're going to fucking make it when she leaves.
Even like a later series of Gundam got that shit right.
Yeah.
Like they had like the cockpit and the chest.
Yeah.
Of the first off, that's a better design thing than putting it in the fucking head. Or
you got more shit physically around it.
Yeah, but it was a cockpit that was detachable into another ship. Mm-hmm. It could like come out and but this wasn't completely empty in there. It was just a shell.
Yeah,
but you couldn't just destroy it just from shooting into that.
Well, the Queen's got her own Gundam.
What?
Okay, do you remember how the aliens wore a suit?
Yeah.
Okay. She comes after the sphere, which is at Area 51, and we'll get into this in a minute. Remember the scientist from the first movie? He's trying to talk. He lived. He didn't die. He lived, and he's trying to speak to the sphere that's telling him about the war with the other, aliens and shit. She's coming after it. Well, the big bad heroes are able to show up that through convoluted fucking plot, they're able to knock out her ship. All right. You think it's all over. Yay, we've saved the world. And then all of a sudden the movie turns into a goddamn Godzilla film. I'm not fucking playing, dude. The Queen climbs out in this gigantic, like, big as a water tower, fucking alien Gundam suit. Like their version, with tentacles and shit, Oh, and comes walking across the desert, chasing the school bus full of children, which is now driven by Jeff Goldblum.
Who talks like this and could really not give a shit. Except for getting his paycheck at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And thank you. What is this pile of shit?
Yeah.
Lines? Who needs that?
When destroyed, he's running towards Area 51. She's chasing after. Blah, blah, blah. I don't fucking care. I mean, honestly, dude, at this point in the movie, I'm like... It was groaner moments, just over and over. To the point that like she's ripping through Area 51 herself, like digging down through the layers to try to get to that sphere. And then got the sphere. She's got the alien thing that has tried to contact the humans, right? And the whole idea is that if you kill the Queen, all their shit dies, right? Well, she's got her fucking thing that she's after. Thousands of her drones have showed up around her and are swarming, around her to protect her and shit. So what does she do? She chases the school bus some more. Because, you've took over a planet. How do you celebrate? Let's chase a whole school bus full of children. In your big alien Gundam suit. It's fucking ass, dude.
If I had a big alien Gundam suit,
yeah,
chasing the school bus full of children would land me on Dateline NPC to catch to
catch a predator,
to catch a mobile suit predator.
Well, and think about it, she's got a million fucking fighters and shit swarming around her, and it never occurred to her to send not one of them goddamn fighters, not one.
To go chase the school bus instead of doing it herself?
Go blow that shit up. That annoyed me. Go blow it up. I mean, think about it.
Does she, hate the color yellow?
I guess. I mean, could you imagine Patton sitting in his tank directing a fucking battle, okay?
Got a big cigar hanging out his mouth, be like, chase that school bus.
Well, and then all of a sudden, here come a fucking farm truck with a bunch of hillbillies that one of them said,
a yellow Volkswagen.
Yeah, just got in his way for a second at an intersection. So Patton is now going to turn, fuck the Battle of the Bulge, fuck all of Europe. He's going to turn his tank and start chasing this fucking farm truck. That would be the same concept. It's fucking asinine, ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. All right, there's some other shit. It gets fucking worse, dude. The scientist from the first movie, was played by Data. The guy who played Data. At the end, you pretty much assumed he was dead. The guy goes and checks his pulse, but he never said if he was dead or not in the first film. This one, you find out dude's been in a coma for 20 fucking years. All right? And the assistant that you've seen in every fucking scene where you saw that scientist, all right? You always seen his assistant somewhere near him, right? You find out that this guy's been he's now in charge of the scientific shit Area 51, the assistant. But he's been keeping up with this guy for 20 years in the hospital there at Area 51. Well, that's because they're gay lovers. Because, it totally alluded to that in the first fucking movie, didn't it? So, once again, another fucking story out of the fucking blue. Here's fucking gay folks. No fucking explanation. They're just gay.
People were way too focused about the genitalia, the shit of.
Yeah, I don't give a shit if he was gay or not. But why in the first movie? Do you remember the fucking the token gay guy?
Yeah,
Goldblum's friend. That gets killed. Because I gotta go call my mother. That asshole. God, I hated that son of a bitch. I have hated that motherfucker in every movie I've ever seen him in. He's a shitty fucking actor. Just annoying. But that's what this shit felt like to me. It's hey, we killed our gay guy in the first movie. We gotta have somebody be the gay guy. Oh yeah, Commander Data. You're gay now. Like Sulu. Maybe there was a parallel there. Because Sulu's totally gay now, too.
I don't care about the types of genitalia that people like. It's not a fucking factor to me. It's
why did it have to be thrown in?
If you want to talk about microaggressions and
microaggressions,
if you want to talk about microaggressions, I
find it aggressive against me that you throw this shit in as a token thing.
Yeah, well, I think why don't fags find this shit offensive? Be why are you pandering to me?
Look it up on IMDb. There's actually a thread where this gay guy just goes the fuck off. They didn't like it.
Yeah. Like the fucking the female Ghostbusters movie.
Oh my! Oh.
Well, we're not gonna get into that, but that's female pandering.
Oh yeah,
and flopped on its face. They should realize, hey, good. Hollywood, this shit doesn't work.
Yeah,
stop it.
Well, I mean,
bad Hollywood, bad liberals, bad. You get back to your corner, bad.
Yeah,
stop making the Klan, bad liberals.
Yeah,
bad.
Well. It's just, it's fucking, that part was just so stupid. It's like this, it wasn't needed. It was not fucking needed. Now, you could have had this guy saying, hey, holy shit, I've been watching him for 20 fucking years in this hospital. He's been in a coma, okay?
But what if that was just his best
he was my
friend?
His best friend. This was his teacher.
His brother. Fuck something.
Yeah. This was the man that taught him alien fucking technology. Do you know what I mean? His master. He's the student, and here's his master who's now sick, you know? People would have fucking been fine with that. But no. They could
have gotten Neil deGrasse Tyson just lay up in the bed and it's like, this is the guy that taught me alien technology. And be like,
why the fuck? There you go.
He doesn't even have to act.
Dude, people would have accepted it. People would have accepted it. It just accept the fact
could have been the dude with the crazy hair on Ancient Aliens and been like, and this is the guy that taught me what I know. He's like, aliens. He's like just like sleeping.
Yeah.
In a coma.
Now I did like one thing. There was I still like the character. The character of that scientist to me was always he's funny. He's a good fucking character.
Yeah.
Because, I'm sorry, he's been played by a damn good actor. All right?
That makes a difference of a lot of things.
Damn right. You actually are concerned with him as a character. Now, I will talk about how at the very end of the movie, he's got the last line, and it's a cringy fucking moment. He's got the cringiest part of the whole film. Mm-hmm. The cringiest of cringe.
I spent last Saturday cringing so hard until my fucking ribs hurt.
Oh, well, watch this movie. It is a cringe fest from beginning to fucking end.
That's what I'm power watching over there before you came in was fucking cringe compilations.
They turned fucking Independence Day into goddamn Babylon 5. Mm-hmm. The next movie that's going to come out, the third part, is going to be Babylon fucking 5.
Where they're chasing the aliens through space?
Where the coalition has come together to, you know what I mean, they have a common enemy.
Okay.
All right. You find out that this creature, the sphere thing, comes to him and says, my race gave up our physical form millennia ago to a more perfect form. They're like Borg that completely got rid of all the fucking meat. All right. And advanced past Borgism, you know?
Yeah.
And that they fought this aliens time and time and time again, lost numerous worlds, and that this is the last survivor of that species. And it had come to Earth to try to save us, but we thought it was an alien attack and we took it out. All right. That it has a planet that it is hidden away on the other side of the fucking galaxy, the whole fucking universe, where it has collected other species that tried to fight them but lost. It would gather up their survivors and take them to this planet, and that they've been preparing a war against this race. And that the next movie is going to be how that since the humans are the first race that were able to actually fight these fuckers off, all right, that we're going to lead the attack, that we're going after their homeworld. Which part of me said, hey, cool. I need me another movie where they go fight Klendathu, you know? I like me some Starship Troopers. But he's got the worst line at the end where he turns and he's telling him, what's going to happen. That they've given us all this technology, interstellar travel. Like we'll be able to travel through black holes and shit like this. All right? And he turns and he says, and we're going to kick some serious alien ass.
Roll credits.
And it's just like, for fuck's sake, dude. Did you have to be just so obvious with it? It was like they hit you in the face with, hey, part 3's coming up. The very fact all you had to do as a scientist come up and say, this thing has given us, well, one, the MacGuffin creature doesn't even have to fucking be there. Fuck this thing. It was stupid. Big flying white marble. Fucking stupid. It was an excuse so they'd have a scene of him standing in front of a ship floating. You remember the alien ship? Where he's talking about they found at Roswell and shit? It was so they could recreate that scene. That's all the fuck that was. But all you do is get tell them, we got interstellar travel, and maybe have one of the general goes, and this means, and then maybe one of them says, now we can take the fight to them. And just say it matter of fact. You know what I mean? You don't turn to the fucking camera, damn near breaking the fourth fucking wall, as if you're the one he's talking to when he says it, you know?
So they try to be a big budget B movie.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. The movie, like I said, it's got great shit. It's got really great fucking special effects. Now, there's too much shit. There's a scene when the alien craft comes in.
And I want every scene, every frame to just feel so dense. I want everything in the...
Oh, you ain't seen dense, man. You ain't seen...
George Lucas
it's got its own...
came while watching it.
It's so dense, it has its own gravity. Okay? I'm not fucking playing. This scene is because it has its own gravity. It comes in over Singapore. All right? The ship...
Which there's a lot of shit in Singapore.
Yeah. And it proceeds to pull, like, the gravity, everything in fucking Singapore just starts lifting up from the fucking ground, all up towards the ship. It's just so there was an excuse so you'd have a scene of the heroes trying to fly away from it in a scene where they're dodging around falling airplanes and buildings and cars and buses and, like, every fucking model. It's like they went through the showcase
and just see what they could like drop.
Yeah, they went through every fucking file they had, and saying, "Hey, what kind of models we got? We got some good 3D models. Hey, we got a bus. Use that bus. We got a Buddha statue. Give me that Buddha statue," which you see later when the Buddha statue from Singapore gets thrown through Big Ben when it's crossed all over Eurasia. Like, it's went across fucking Eurasia and it still has shit hanging from it, gravity-wise. Yeah. And there's this whole scene of them flying down through just shit falling out of the sky. And I'm like, this is the worst example of... This is more... Dude, there was more shit on the screen than there was in that damn first second fucking Star Trek movie. There's more shit on the screen than there was during the fucking Transformers, man. The Transformers didn't have this much shit flying around. A dense scene. It's sad.
And you feel more dense after watching it.
There was parts of that movie, I would go from like little bursts of, hey, that's fucking cool as shit,
to die.
I don't care. Make it go away.
Stop it.
Now, there's a scene in the film. You know, we earlier talked about how a little piece of something in a story, you could pluck that out and go, holy shit, this could be your whole fucking movie right here.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't talk about it in the first movie at all. They just kind of pull it out of their ass for this one. But that there's this African country called Ubuntu. All right.
Ubuntu, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's Ubuntu or something. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, what? This is where they harvest all the Linux? What?
What is this? What is this? A code? Like, is this where code comes from?
Yeah. What the fuck's going on?
They strip mine the code out of the ground down there? Do they have like blood code or?
Yeah, they've got all these fucking slaves. They're working a big diamond pit pulling out code.
You mean a code pit pulling out code?
That's right.
Yeah. Pulling it out of their ass is what they're doing. Yeah.
Well, that in the first invasion, one of the killer ships, city killers, had landed in the middle of the African desert. All right, and it was trying to. I forgot to tell you, the whole point of the movie is that they're going to kill the Earth by drilling to the core, because they want the sweet, sweet fucking core juice out to power their ship. Because you can't get molten fucking iron anywhere else in the whole fucking universe except for center of our planet.
So they run on geothermal energy?
Or something, that they just want our sweet, sweet fucking iron juice. I don't fucking know, dude. It doesn't make sense.
Like the reason why the Galactic Empire stripped planets to where they were nothing but a hollow shell.
Yeah.
Was because they needed shit to build with.
Yeah.
That would why couldn't they just have used that?
Yeah.
instead of sweet earth juice straw.
Wasn't the idea in the first movie was that they just wanted our resources?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in this one, and here's another one too. When they destroy all the fucking ships, you see city ships flying away. But there's never a mention in the whole fucking story that the city ships attacked cities like they did in the first one. They never show that. There's never a fucking laser beam scene. You know what I'm talking about? Where it blasts a city. But okay, here's one of these ships. It's middle of the African desert. This is a part. I would go watch this movie. This is the movie I wanted to fucking see right here. Okay? They were trying to drill into the center of the earth. Well, whenever the mothership went down, their shit went dead. The inhabitants, survivors of this entire fucking city ship fought the local Africans for 10 fucking years.
Shit.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about it. They're now marooned on a fucking planet. And so they basically were just going to claim this fucking area as theirs and try to hold us off. Okay? The idea, and it's fucking, dude, this is a swank fucking idea. They come up to this big fence that's around where the ship was. Dude, the entire fucking fence, every post has like 10 fucking alien skulls impaled like a pig pole. Where they built the fence literally out of their fucking bones and skulls and shit. And this warlord comes up, and you realize that he is the son of the warlord that has recently died. That him and his father and his brother fought these motherfuckers for like over 10 years. And created this country, this new fucking African nation. Alright? Now, that's the movie I wanted to fucking see. Fuck the rest of all this. Give me that fucking story. I've wanted to see that story since I saw the first fucking movie. And they showed the city killer crashed into the ground. And the African tribesmen like jumping up and down and cheering. You know, with the burning ship off in the distance.
Uh-huh.
That story fascinated me because I was like, oh my fucking God. You know there'd be survivors, you know?
I had to look up the picture of the alien skulls.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, did it show them on the pig poles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me that fucking movie, dude. You know? I want to see that fucking warlord fighting these sumbitches. You know, I mean, you could almost have, dude, almost like aliens, middle of fucking Africa meet Mad Max. For 10 years, they'd have no fucking resources. Think about everything that's so disrupted around the world, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe a movie that just deals with the aftermath of how do you deal with 100 of these motherfuckers scattered around the world. The fight in South America, the fight in Russia. I mean, wouldn't you love to see the remains of the Soviet fucking empire pulling the people together for the next great war?
Salute!
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And showing literally the modern peasants marching into where these fucking ships are crashed and shit.
Would they still use old Soviet tactics of just throw men in it?
Yeah, you know they would.
Yep.
What about the Chinese? I mean, in this next movie, the Chinese are like one of the big players. And they just completely avoid the fact of the fucking Russians. They mention them like one time, real quick. It's us and the Chinese protecting the world now. Yeah, bullshit. I mean, what about them, though? That would have been another cool fucking movie. Give me the fight for Beijing, you know what I mean? The city killer down in the middle of the city or something. I don't know, just, you could have tons of that shit. Let me see the Cowboys in fucking Montana dealing with a sumbitchin' ship over top of Billings. You know?
Would they even bother with it, though?
Yeah, you don't think they, yeah.
I don't know.
Fucking Wyomans don't want aliens in the goddamn state as it is now. You let the motherfuckers come from another star.
They don't even want people from like other states in fucking Wyoming. They're like, "What are you doing here, boy?"
Yeah. Ah, well.
Piece of shit. God.
It's just bad. The movie's just bad. It, like I said, a combination of good and bad in a fucking shit stew. It's just a big steaming shit stew.
So we've heard about antidepressant aliens fucking raping Batgirl. And I think that wraps up this episode of the Generation Gap Podcast. I've been Lunchbox.
I'm Gleek.
We'll see you next time.
Wow.